Well, it's the dead of winter here in Ottawa, and it's cold. Like, really cold. And we're about to open these doors and walk into this wall of heat. It's freezing outside, but as soon as you step across this doorway, it's like this sticky wave of, heat hits you right in the face. And then there's the smell. There's nothing like the smell of a boxing club. If you talk to Jill Perry, she'll tell you, every boxing club has this distinct smell. It's hard to nail down what it is, but if I had to guess, it's like fighters emptying all their energy on a heavy bag, literally sweating buckets into the rubber floor mats. It's a smell of hope, it's a smell of inspiration, it's a smell of determination. To some, it's the sweetest smell on earth. And to someone like Kaitlyn, it's the smell of home.
Okay! Everybody have a partner! Okay, so jab, jab, cross. One person's gonna go for about a minute and a half, I'll call switch. Hi, my name is Kaitlyn Clark. I'm from Sarnia, Ontario. I'm 22 years old, and I've been boxing for a little over 4 years, fighting for about 3.5. Yeah, so don't think about just you're not hitting your foot. Yeah, you're hitting your whole body. I've been at Beaver since September 2011, so about 8 months after I started boxing. I had 4 fights. I'd been fighting for 3 months, and not even 3 months, and I moved here and just kind of ran with it. I did a 5th year in high school, and then I knew that I had to go get an education somewhere. I fell in love with boxing, and I made my decision on where the most opportunities were for me in boxing. My first coach told me about Jill Perry, amazing female coach, moved to Ottawa, so I moved here. I go to Carleton, but I definitely moved here because of the gym. The second I walked in this place, I came up on a visit, and I walked in, and I just it felt like home. I knew that this was where I was supposed to be.
Hands are in the air, hands are in the air, whoa.
My name's Alina Bales, and I'm a former national team modern pentathlete, and both my parents were Olympians in track and field and in canoe kayak. So I've been involved in sport my whole life. I also have a degree actually in sports performance analysis. I've been working at the Beaver Boxing Club since the fall of 2013, and I've been very impressed with Kaitlyn Clark, one of our best competitors here at the club. Talent can only take you so far, and although she is a very talented athlete, she also has remarkably the heart and passion that I could definitely see her going the distance. It'll be that last 1% or maybe 0.01%. That heart will take you right to the end.
If you're talking just mechanical, pop, pop, pop. Okay? Nice and relax. And then move your head a little bit, right? You've been wearing sparring and stuff. I teach the youth every Thursday. So.
Why do you do it?
It's fun. They're all good kids, and I learn more when I teach because I get them to work on things and I can see how somebody else does it, find the flaws, and then fix them myself. So I like it though. It's fun to give back, and I work with a couple of athletes who already had their first fights, and it's amazing when you love something so much and you see somebody else loves it, and you can help them explore it. So I think I've had about 35 or 36 fights, which is actually quite a bit in 3.5 years.
What's your favorite fight that you fought?
My favorite fight? One of my favorite fights would have to be last year I fought on our card Ringside for Youth. We raised money for the Ottawa Boys and Girls Club, and I fought against a Canadian champion of the weight class that I had come into, so 64 kilos. And I had lost to this girl twice before. Both the first time she killed me, the second time it was just nail biter fight. We go in, we fight, and I dominated and I beat her, and it was just amazing. Sugar Ray Leonard was there, and he gave me tips afterwards. It was the best feeling ever. Another one of my favorite fights would be actually a loss of mine, was one of my favorite fights. It was in a tournament in Laval a couple years ago. I had about 16 fights, and I was fighting a girl on the national team, and she thought she was gonna go in there and run all over me. And I remember I've watched the video so many times. The first 30 seconds she couldn't hit me because I took a super low stance, moved my head a lot. I did a lot of great things. Had her on a split decision the entire fight. And even though I lost, that right there, that fight cemented for me this is where you're supposed to be. You're gonna end up there. These girls have been boxing for years. You're brand new, you'll get there.
For Kaitlyn, Jill is here to push her to the 2020 Summer Olympics, and that's what we're going to document. From the small fights right up to the podium in 5 years. We're going to document every bit. The whole club believes in her if you ask anybody here.
toughest loss I think I've had to take this past year at Nationals. I lost in the finals against somebody who is very talented. She's a 5-time Canadian champion, I believe. Like, she's been on national for a long time, boxing a long time. That fight though, it was so close. We didn't know if we had won or we had lost. She didn't know if she had won or she had lost. And when they announced it, it was like heartbreaking for me. I'd put everything I had into that fight and I was exhausted by the end of it. I just remember that last round, like, I wasn't even thinking about being the better boxer. I just wanted to win. And after that fight, it was hard for me to like just swallow my pride and be like, hey, I got a silver. I earned my silver. But what I learned from it, I learned that if I keep working, I'm gonna get to where I wanna go. And that hard work beats talent any day, because you know what, I beat people who are more talented than I am, but it's because I work harder. And that was one of those examples where it was like, I gave this girl a huge run for her money. She had to fight me. And I just let me know that I'm capable of getting to the next level and that I will get there.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, yo. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
The time from the weigh-in till the time till you walk into the ring behind your coach is the most stressful time, because you got a lot of waiting around, you got a lot of time to think, a lot of quiet time, a lot of stuff goes on in your head, and so this is where you're like, oh my god, why do I do this? Why can't I just train? I love the training. Why do I need to fight? I don't need to fight. I can just do the training. You know what? This is the dialogue that goes on inside the boxer's head. They're all stressed. You have excellent conditioning, you know that. You hit hard, you know that, right? We're not going to be sitting up walking, we're going to be just nasty. That's right. That's right, you got to be scrappy tonight. She does what I saw. Third punch is the old game, okay? So don't wait for it. Get on the aggressor. You lead things off. When you start your walk into the ring, that's when you know why you do it. You do it because you love being in the ring. You love being center of the attention of the whole room. The walk in the ring that's when it starts to get fun.
Skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
With Kaitlyn, you know what? with her and I, we just need to keep getting in the ring and practicing what we play. You know what I mean? For her, I don't like her to sit too long without a fight. She needs that constant rehearsal performance, and we do our little chit chat before and get each other pumped up, and some nasty words get said, but really that's what she needs to get pumped up. Okay, no mercy, eh? Punch her in the skinny arm. There's a lot of bad language that comes out during our warm-up, but that's okay. You know what? That's what gets her to that elevated state, and that's where she needs to be to fight. So if that's what she needs, that's what I'm here for.
So even though this fight wasn't really in the books, there was no clear winner. There's nobody that gets to decide who wins. It was just an exhibition match. Jill wanted her to fight, and she's fighting 2 weights above her weight class in this fight, and she gave it everything she had. And Jill just pushes her to these limits, and I think that's what clearly makes a champion, is pushing them to the limits, letting them test their boundaries, and just finding out what they're really made of. And Kaitlyn is really made of something special. So thanks for watching our first episode on Kaitlyn Clark and Beaver Boxing. We're really excited to show you what this club has to offer, our contenders. We're gonna follow a lot of people. We're gonna hear some people's stories. We're gonna really just get inspired and find out what makes this place so special, what makes it so inspiring. There's just nothing like a good story, a good sports story from somebody who dedicates their whole life to this craft. So I hope you follow along with us, and yeah, we'll see you in the next episode.